Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, March the 15th, halfway through the month of March. Mel Zelenak is with us. Always a pleasure to have you here, Mel.
How are you?
Were you putting your soda away there?
And I turned off my cell phone this time.
All right.
So we won't have any cell phone
Consumer and travel tips. And today we're going to talk about vacationing a bit, correct?
Right. And actually, I want to talk about the introductions I get as retired professor of home economics. I really got lambasted by somebody this month, and I need to say that it's not the department or the College of Home Economics. It's the College of Human Environmental Sciences, and it's been that for 40 years.
Why have you allowed me to say?
Because it wasn't an issue for me until somebody started yelling.
All right,
and
so you're
screaming.
a retired professor from?
Human Environmental Sciences, the Department of Financial Planning.
Okay.
And I taught consumer as entrepreneur.
Yes.
That combined consumer tips with becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I taught consumer protection, and I taught real estate. I taught those three areas within my department.
And that's what he is, a retired professor from.
Yes.
University of Missouri.
So thanks for letting me clarify that.
Okay.
Updates, fiduciary rule. It looks to me now, based on an article I just read in Forbes a couple of weeks ago, that indeed the fiduciary rule probably will be implemented in April, as they originally said, the Department of Labor.
Okay, because I have read both directions, that it was going to go away and that not be implemented, and now this one, the latest that you had was late February from Forbes magazine.
Correct.
That it would be implemented.
Yes, it appears that it's going to be. Next time we'll know for sure, obviously.
Right.
Number two, there was a Reuters article I read about Warren Buffett's annual letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. And it was titled, this article, Warren Buffett Rails Against Fee-Hungry Wall Street Managers. And he brought up that the fact that fees are, a lot of things we talk about in here, that fees are so high that it's just basically such a rip-off. And he is recommending, coincidentally, exactly what I recommend, Vanguard funds. He has a bet with a hedge fund company, and he's got Vanguard S&P 500 index funds, and in that, and he's beating the other competition. Vanguard is up 85% from the time they started this bet, and the hedge funds are 2% up to 62%.
Okay,
So,
is that all in Rich Dad, Poor Dad book?
No, it's not.
Which book is?
That's in the Solon book, the Smartest Investment book.
Smartest Investment You'll Ever Make. Okay,
Yes.
and that's available at the library.
That is.
All right, now can we touch a little bit on travel plans?
Sure we can. The thing I'd like to mention, and I think all of us are joyful for this, United Airlines is coming into Columbia.
Yes, I think
early August.
That's fantastic, because now we have two major carriers in Columbia, Missouri, American Airlines and United Airlines. And with the arrival of United, it gives people so many more destinations to choose from.
Yeah, especially going west. I mean, they're going to go into, at least initially, into Chicago and I guess into Denver. And
I was checking fares online and discovered really fares flying from Columbia are almost the same as flying from either St. Louis or Kansas City. So you fly from Columbia out at the regional airport instead of having to drive 150 miles or 200 miles to another airport.
And parking is free here. Check-in is a breeze. The people in Columbia are so nice. The TSA people and the American Airlines staff, and I'm sure United will be as well.
Yeah.
I guess 80% of our trips in recent years have been flying out of Columbia and flying back into Columbia. It's just a great airport. It's a little antiquated now. Hopefully that will change, and apparently it will in the next few years.
Okay, and who knows?
I'm excited
Prices
about it
might
as
even
well.
go down with having two airlines compete against each other.
Well, and they may, and we'll probably, as it gets closer, we'll probably do some analysis and give you little tips. I mean, if you can be a little flexible on your date, even by one day or 2 days, sometimes you could save quite a bit of money. And also, I want to point out that if you're doing a round trip air out of Colombia, try one way, and then see if the fare, if you try them both one way instead of round trip, is going to be lower.
Because sometimes the one-way fare, if you buy two one-way fares, may come out less expensive than buying a round-trip fare.
That's correct, and especially with cruise lines. With cruise lines, the difference is dramatic. I looked at one for a client of mine. I only work with past clients, and I was able to save them several thousands of dollars just by giving them that one tip that I just gave you.
Looking at the one-way fares.
One-way fare out of Colombia. And if they did round trip, it would have cost $3,000 some odd dollars. They did one way on this one. They did the other one coming back out of Europe, and it was something like a total of $600.
Okay, so check it out. All right, we got about a minute something left here,
Okay,
Mel.
I think all we'll do is introduce cruises, and there's ways to literally save thousands of dollars on a cruise as well. We won't be able to get into much of it this time. Next time we will. But we've had some experiences with cruises, as you know. You have too, and yours wasn't very good, and ours have been always very, very good.
Yes.
And times have changed in the cruise industry.
Mine was years and years and years ago, 45 years or so ago.
And one of the worst cruise lines, and we won't mention it.
I got so seasick, but you keep assuring me that it's not going to happen anymore.
No, very, very seldom. It's actually only happened to me once, and it was in the roughest waters in the world, Ushuaia, around the tip there. But let's just start next time talking about how to save thousands of dollars on a cruise vacation. And it's really relatively easy to do. You can do it by yourself. You can do it online. Sometimes I encourage a travel agent who specializes in cruise-only fares, but that may or may not be necessary.
Now, when you book a cruise, can you go to those booking agents like Orbitz and?
Yes, but I'm going to tell you something. Up until a few months ago, any travel agent could match those prices.
Okay.
That's starting to change a little bit.
All right,
It'll
but
be
check
fun
it
to
out
talk about it next time.
And do your homework.
I will.
No, I'm not
promise.
telling you to do your homework.
Okay.
I'm saying we all need to do our homework on that.
Mel Zelenak, Human Environmental Sciences.
Got it. Thank you, Mel. Retired professor, University of Missouri. Out of time for today. Tomorrow, Como Wellness and the Empty Bowls. We'll see you then. Thanks for listening.